To bring this up here. It's a beautiful night. I see a rainbow over there. Hopefully it was regarding the feeling of being excluded. So that's a very normal feeling if you've ever felt excluded, if you've ever felt you were left out of the group or of your family or friends or coworkers, right? It's a survival instinct in us to want to be a part of a group, to survive in some way. And yet this thing happens. I noticed it with my daughter. I know I've felt that way. We've all been on the receiving end and on the giving end of that. And sometimes not intentionally at all. So the comment that I received was, the people I resented the most have been people that haven't said anything specific, but they excluded me. And these were people who were warm and friendly towards other people, but cold and cordial towards me. So first, if you can resonate with this, and I know I can, I want you to just be kind to yourself. And take a deep breath in and out. And know that it's a survival instinct in you that wants to be included. So there's nothing wrong with you in feeling that way. And then I invite you to go through some of these questions. Ask yourself, what am I being excluded from? Just get really specific about what it is that you feel like you're being excluded from. Is it a conversation? Is it an activity? Just getting clear on the circumstance, not making a big story about it, but just getting clear. Number 2, I want you to ask yourself, what is the feeling? What do I feel like I'm losing in this? Because if you're being excluded, and that's really the fact, you're being excluded, whatever, then to accept what's happening. So it's supposed to happen because it's happening. But what am I afraid of in that happening? Because you might discover, oh, I'm afraid that I'm unlovable. I'm afraid that I'm not good enough. I'm afraid that I won't survive. So to get in touch with that and sit with that, because that is like the shadow self trying to speak to you, saying that something needs to be healed, saying, oh, I'm leaning into this because I think I'm not lovable unless I'm included in this thing, which isn't true, no matter what it is. To ask yourself, why is it anybody's job to include me? At all, ever. Why am I putting that on somebody else? Nothing is stopping you. You might think, well, that group or that family or that, you can create whatever paradigm you want. So sometimes we're actually excluded because we're excluding ourselves. And that loops you back to number 1, which is, oh wait, I didn't even want to do that anyway. So really I was excluding myself. And then number 5 is to ask yourself, what is to come through me through this experience? Maybe it's because you have some idea or a project or something else that you're to do. So if you're always being taken care of, which I choose to look at it that way because it feels so much better, and then the greatest things come out of that, what is coming through this experience right now? What am I to learn? What am I to do? And stay open to that. So I know that my daughter has felt excluded many times, and many times I understand why she's felt excluded. Like when I'm on my phone, and I'm working and I'm thinking, I know what I'm doing and I love my daughter and I love what I do and I want to finish up what I'm doing. And I'm grateful that I can do it in a setting where I'm with my daughter. And, so there's so many things working. But from my daughter's perspective, often she just sees me on my phone. So she feels excluded. Like something else outside of the here and now is happening that's more important. So I try my best and I want to get in a better habit of it, even of having digital detoxes and just putting it away. Because then I know when I'm on the other side of it, if I'm out with a friend or somebody and they're on their phone all the time, I feel the exact same way. I'm like, wait, what is happening that's so much better somewhere else in some other time than right here? And you can feel excluded. So to also remember that often to give people the benefit of the doubt that we're all trying our best. And that's why it's up to you to include. I've also had people come up with total stories. People have contacted me saying, you cast so-and-so in this. This has happened on numerous occasions. So if this you and you think I'm talking specifically about you, then that's something to sit with. Because the themes and the things that I bring up are things that I've been studying for 20 years, but then as a teacher for the last 10. So there are themes that come up over and over and over again with different people, same theme. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she put me on blast in that video. How do you, if it's resonating with you, then maybe it's about you. But this is a theme with many people. I've had students come up with stories and especially when I was casting things and at different various times casting different projects, theater or film, people have come to me thinking I cast somebody in something or excluded them somehow in a big way, and it didn't happen. Like it actually didn't happen. They just didn't have the facts, and because they felt excluded, they built up a story that proved that for themselves. So how often have we done that? Where you're like, this has to be true, and then you look for evidence and proof that that's true. You can go into the darkness, you can go into the shadow, but allow it to be a teaching tool to propel you forward. You're included in this life because you're here. You're on this planet for a reason. You are included. You're here for a reason. So stay tuned to discover what that reason is.